And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
The all-new 2018 Camry. Toyota. Let's go places.
And hello, everybody. Welcome to the Dembski Sports Complex here on the campus of Canisius College in Buffalo, New York. I'm Andy Hellwig. Alongside me is Kenio Marasco as we get set up for this matchup between Canisius and Rider, two teams that have really gotten back on the right track now that they're in MAC play, and especially for the Rider Broncs, who had a really rough start to their non-conference season, Kenio.
You're absolutely right, Andy. In non-conference play, they went 0-6, and over that time, they only scored 4 goals, but their struggling offense is powered forward by Michelle Iacchino. In 9 games, she's scored 4 goals, 6 assists, which is good for a 1.44 points per game, which is second in the MAC. But the strength of this Bronx team is their back line. Freshman goalkeeper Carmen Carbonell has a .74 goals against average and an .844 save percentage over her last 7 games. And that defense is going to need to play well today, Andy, against a very good playing Canisius team.
And the Griffs, Canio, after dropping 3 of their first 4 league contests, the Griffs have gotten back on track now with back-to-back shutouts. A 2-0 win against Fairfield last week, followed by a 1-0 victory over the rival Niagara just on Wednesday night at Niagara University. And they've really been powered by their goalkeeper, Alana Rossi, who's been locked in, recording 2 straight shutouts now. She has allowed a goal in 194 minutes and ranks second in the MAC in shutouts with a total of 7 already this season. And following an 8-goal freshman season 2016, which landed her on the All-MAC rookie team, Greta Dry has gone into a bit of a sophomore slump, but the Lockport, New York native notched her first goal of the season and a game winner to defeat Niagara on Wednesday. She will look to carry that offensive momentum into this game this afternoon. And we'll take a quick break here from the Dembski Sports Complex. On the other side of it, we'll have the opening kickoff between Canisius and Rider. You're watching MAC Women's Soccer on ESPN3.
Shake that.
Want to achieve more than you ever thought possible? At Canisius College, you can. A Canisius education is packed with extraordinary opportunities like top-level scientific research, global service experiences, and real-world connections. Want to intern at a Fortune 500 company? Want to get into the best medical and law schools? Want to be a champion for social justice? You can. Here.
It starts with one team, one focus, one community. All of us standing as one. Each of us doing our part when no one is watching. To come together stronger as a team united. Let's go, baby. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3. It starts with one.
It's knowing that you will always compete against the best, while making you become the best that you can be. It's about joining a family with a storied history, where athletics and academics are held to the highest of standards. It's about creating the future leaders of tomorrow, all with the focus on one goal: graduation. It's the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference.
And hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dembski Sports Complex. As we are just moments away from kickoff, we'll take a look at our starting lineups brought to you by the Buffalo Bills. In this one for the Rider Broncs, of course, as we mentioned, you want to keep an eye on Michelle Iacchino for the Broncs, has been the offensive leader. And Carmen Carbonell has done a really good job. She earned MAC Rookie of the Week earlier in the season, so really holding down that back line, which is going to have a handful today.
Oh, yeah, their defense is definitely what's kept them in games so far this year, but Iacchino up front, definitely during warm-ups looked like their best player. You could tell she definitely had a lot of skill, so we'll definitely look for her to score a couple goals today. And on the other side for the Canisius Golden Griffins, we expect Greta Dry to be up front as well. Paige Biscaglia getting the second straight start in this one.
or the third straight rather, in her first start of the year against the Fairfield Stags, the 2-0 win Canisius had. She scored both of the goals, and has really been a jump start for this Griffs offense, and a source where Canisius wasn't entirely expecting it from. So a nice extra source for Canisius to try and get on the scoreboard in the game, which they'll look to do early here.
Yeah, and they need all the offense they can get. Their defense, kind of like Ryder's, been good so far, and that's what's kept them in games, but they've really struggled to score goals this season. So, yeah, a goal early would definitely boost their confidence.
You see Greta Dry there getting stretched out. She scored the one against Niagara. Was on the All-MAC rookie team after an 8-goal freshman campaign. As we get ready to get this one started, it'll be the Bronx to get this one going. And underway from the Dembski Sports Complex, it'll be Ryder to handle the ball first and get their work against this Griff's back line between Emily Kuda, Melanie Linsmeyer, Emily Chakowski, who really have stood pretty tall and have not a whole lot of easy opportunities against their goalkeeper, Alana Rossi.
Yeah, for sure. The defense is definitely what's going to keep them in this game. They're never going to be out of games because of how well their defense plays. But as Coach Clark said, you know, they play a really defensive style. They like to drop their back line, and they like to play out of the back on the counter. They don't want to possess the ball a ton. So that type of soccer definitely helps the defense because you're dropping the midfield towards the back line. So that's definitely a reason why they haven't given up too many goals. But the back line by itself has just been really strong this year.
The Griffs will try and get their first possession here. Biscaglia working along the sideline trying to get it, and the Griffs will come free and try and get towards the goal inside. Biscaglia unable to meet the ball, and Bronx able to clear it out. Moving it forward there is Pichinich. And that was our first foul of the game. That one's going to go against Canisius. Beautiful day at the Dembski Sports Complex on a Saturday afternoon. Sunny and 75. A great day to play out here. As we mentioned before the game started, Canio, it did rain a lot this morning, and the pitch is still a little wet.
Yeah, when you play on turf like this, and it could, you know, it rained earlier in the day, it could get a little slippery. So you have to be careful with how you weight your passes. The ball's going to skid further than it would have if the pitch was dry. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on. And shots could also take some weird bounces. They come in faster at goalkeepers than they're expecting.
And here comes Shauna Lee working down the left side, trying to find someone to cross to. So give it to Good. Good trying to get inside, loses it, goes back out to Lee. Ball gets punted almost off her face. Now Biscaglia trying to get inside but couldn't turn the corner. And it'll be the official's call. Looks like we're going to have our first corner kick of the contest.
Corners are going to be important for the Griffs today. So far this season, they haven't been able to score a lot of goals in open play, but they've been pretty successful on set pieces, and corners have definitely been a source of goals. So this will definitely be an important part of the game today.
So Chakowski will take it for Canisius. They have a cluster just inside the top of the box, and now they'll break out. Chakowski's going to be a low-flying ball. Gets knocked down. Chakowski's going to meet it again. She's going to put this one towards the goal, just over the crossbar. What a great look for Emily Chakowski.
That was close. We'll see a replay here. You see, initially, you would think with the cluster on the near post there that their goal would be to flick it towards the back post, try to get someone from that top bunch to run onto it. But instead, it looked like it was a pre-planned play that she was going to pass it back to Chakowski, who had a great bending shot, and it went over by a couple inches. That was close.
Bulio working along the left sideline, trying to move it forward. Ball gets kicked out of bounds. Canisius will hang on to it. Bulio scored a couple goals for Canisius already in this season. So the first one was the overtime winner they had in their opener against Youngstown State. And Bulio's got a pair of assists to go with that. As well as the season has gone on, Canisius still maintaining possession. As now the Bronx look to clear it. I'm trying to find Yakino. The pass isn't going to make it all the way there. So Emily Kuda will move it along to Dry. Dry back to midfield to Good. And they'll switch it up, go down the left sideline, getting it back to Bulio. Bulio gets tangled up on the sideline there with Sanders for Ryder. Go out of bounds, and Ryder will try to press forward and get a look at Alana Rossi. As we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Rossi has been very solid for the Griffs. 7 shutouts already this season, which is good for second in the conference. And she doesn't let up a whole lot of easy goals. You really got to fool a lot of Rossi if you're going to get behind her.
Oh yeah, she has a strong defense in front of her, and even if you get past a tough defense of Canisius, she's been absolutely fantastic this year. So it's definitely going to be a tough game for this Bronx offense, who's really struggled so far this year, like Canisius.
Down the sideline, Canisius chases it for the Griffs. And be worked up to Ludwikowski. Back up top, Pasquette. And beyond the goal line, and it'll be a goal kick. Rossi will take it, and Ryder had a shot on goal earlier, but not a whole lot. As we mentioned, this Griffs back line isn't going to allow a whole lot of shots, like we expect on the season so far. Canisius giving up less than a goal a game so far. Alana Rossi playing 13 of the Griffs' total 16 contests. Or excuse me, the total 13 contests, rather. Dry will move it back to Lensmeyer. He'll settle it down and push it back forward to Dry with a little more room now. Kuda trying to press forward, trying to find Lee. However, just going to be too far out of her reach, and it'll go back to the keeper, Carbonell.
Canisius has had a positive start here. They're not big into possessing the ball, but they've done a nice job pressing forward, getting some early chances. If they can get an early goal, that would definitely be big for their confidence. Could open the floodgates, if you will, but it hasn't really happened this season. So it would definitely it'd be nice for it to happen today for them, but I wouldn't expect it.
Gets pushed over. Kelly tries to move it inside. The offensive third, up to Pichinich. Well, now the high ball going towards the goal, but Rossi is able to meet it and will allow her team to push forward. Rossi with the punt to the left sideline, deflected and down the sideline. It'll stay and just roll outside the sideline. The Bronx will take over. Down the sideline over to Yakino. Officials say it rolled over that yellow line, so it will be a turnover. And Canisius will take it away.
Yeah, she was standing out of bounds there. I'm not sure she knew which line was out of bounds. In fairness, there are about 3 lines there, so it's a little tough to tell sometimes when you're on the opposing team and you play on this field rarely.
And on the Dembski Sports Complex here, the field gets shared between the soccer teams and the lacrosse teams, both men's and women's. So between the blue, the yellow, the white for baseball, and then the maroonish color for lacrosse. There's quite a few down the side that you got to keep track of, and especially with that white foul line for baseball, which is just another foot outside the yellow line. It's hard to tell if you don't know exactly which line is going to be which, as the Bronx try to press forward, and it's going to get chased down just inside. However, Canisius is there to send it back out for the Griffs.
That was nice right there. You could see Yakino's just skill. She pulled the ball back away from a sliding defender. She took time. She found a nice pass, and she's definitely going to run their offense today. She's by far the most skilled player on their team.
Pascuez trying to get it forward. Gets it up to Yakino. Yakino with some space. Crosses it back over to Kelly. And inside just beyond the top of the box, and Linsmeyer is there with some space, and she will try to press forward. Got a defender coming behind her. Linsmeyer over midfield and getting it up to Lee, who will move it out to the wing to Greta Dry.
That shows what Canisius is comfortable with there. They're going to let Ryder have a lot of possession today, but they're just not going to. It's going to be tough for them to actually break through that back line.
Canisius pushing forward. Good. She's going to let the shot fly. It got blocked. And McCabe got a leg on it. Was able to prevent it from going towards the goal, and now it's going to roll right towards the corner stick, and I believe it should be Ryder ball.
And it looks like it will be, so it'll be a deep throw in. And it'll be worked up by Lipton, who gets past her defender dry. Now Lipton with a lot of space is going to push it all the way into the attacking third. Lipton drops it off for Yakino. Yakino crosses it back inside and misplayed, and looked like it caught Pitchinich just a little high, almost just under her chin and high in the chest, and I don't think she was expecting it there.
Yeah, it's tough. Every now and then you're expecting to chest the ball and it'll just hit you in the throat and it startles you.
Ball dropped inside there for Ludwikowski and back out. Pitchinich now trying to find some room to cross it. Pitchinich drops it off, and now here comes a cross inside, and Kuda is there to punch it back out. Kuda trying to find someone to work with. Gets to the sideline and pushes it forward, trying to connect with Dry. Ryder's able to take it back. Yakino is going to switch the field and go to the right wing. The two meet at midfield, and it gets dropped off over to Kelly. Kelly now with plenty of space will drop it back, and Ryder will reset. Ball pushed forward, pass tipped by Biscaglia, and Chakowski is there, presses it forward, turns it right back over. Goes down low to Ludwikowski. Ludwikowski trying to press forward and getting it up. However, the official's flag will go up, and offsides will be the call against the Ryder Bronx.
That was close. That was definitely, she couldn't have been off by much there. That was a good ball. To beat this Canisius back line, it's going to have to be really precise passes like that you get a nice run through the middle. But, you know, we're starting to see it now as this half progresses. Canisius is really just, they want to sit back. They're going to invite pressure down the field, and then they're going to try to come forward on the counter. But they're very comfortable in the final third and letting Ryder come forward.
Pass taken away there by Pascuez. Now advancing over midfield, Ryder trying to move forward with Yakino. Yakino goes back behind midfield and then gets it off to Kelly. And just off the deflection of a header from Ludwikowski, will roll to Rossi, who will settle it down with her hands and reset on the left offensive side of the field and lets her team get set up as that cluster will form right around the midfield area. Rossi boots it high into the air, and they'll go just past Paige Biscaglia and Shauna Lee out of bounds. But it did deflect one of the Bronx, so Madeline Bulio will be there, excuse me. Hope Gilchrist on the one to throw that in. Now Biscaglia trying to get inside the box, loses the ball. And it gets sent back right towards the goalkeeper, Carbonell, but wide of the goal. You know, and Kane, for both of these teams who haven't had really a whole lot of offensive explosive games, Canisius is very comfortable. Out of the 7 games that they've won this season, 6 of them have been 1-goal games, and only 1 has been a 2-goal margin of victory. So if it comes down to later in the game where a team that in a spot that Canisius might have the upper hand over Ryder, you would think that the Griffs are absolutely more than comfortable playing that a close game down the stretch.
For sure, yeah. They've been in a lot of close games this year, and that's going to keep happening for them because of their defense. But, you know, if Ryder, if they can score more than 1 goal, if they get to 2 goals, that could honestly put it out of reach in this game. Canisius has really struggled to score anything, so if they can just find a couple moments of quality, it could be enough to win them the game. But you're right, if it gets deep into that second half and Canisius is still within a goal or it's still 0-0, they'll feel very comfortable with where they are.
Pascuez with some nice footwork along the sideline. Ball just rolls out of bounds. So it's a turnover, but nice work in midfield there to try and get the offense moving.
Looks like she was confused by the lines again.
Dry plays it back over midfield to Chakowski. Puts a high ball in the air trying to find Biscaglia, but headed out of the air by McCabe. It'll roll to the sideline, and Canisius will advance deeper into the final third and have a throw-in. Kuda with the throw-in tries to find Biscaglia. It sneaks by and goes to Shauna Lee. Lee just outside the top of the box, pushes forward and with a little more room. Lee trying to get away from a defender. And he'll push it back out to Gilchrist, who will get it over to Kanisha. Kanisha advancing it down low, trying to find Bulio. Rolls out of bounds, and Bulio will have the throw in. Just about 15 minutes into the contest now, still no score. The Bronx with the only shot on goal of the game. Biscaglia trying to turn the corner. Tries to send it in deep, and Gilchrist will spin around, try to get to the ball first. However, she'll not be able to get to the ball first, and Ryder will take it away. Lipton getting tangled up with Dry is able to advance past, getting it up to Yakino. Yakino turning, he'll try and cross one inside, and that one's going to be just beyond the goal. Ball still loose in front, trying to get Pitchinich trying to get in there. Pascuez settles it down, and Biscaglia now tries to press forward.
That side of Lipton and Yakino is really starting to pay dividends for Ryder here. They're controlling, they're creating a lot of chances. We saw that last cross there from Yakino. It didn't really look like anyone was going to get there, and that was just a late run to the back post, and it created a great chance.
Dry moving down into down the right wing, trying to get past her defender, and it will roll out of bounds too far, and it'll be a turnover. Dry off the header, trying to get it up to Lee. Lipton able to get there first. Kuda presses it inside up to Biscaglia. Her pass falls too short. Ludwikowski is there to take it away. That ball down the sideline is going to be too far. Kanisha able to get the body positioning there to prevent her defender from able to get to the ball. Throwing goes to Bulio, and down the sideline up to Biscaglia. He gets tangled up and rolls out of bounds. Canisius again with throwing at midfield. And a foul there called against Canisius, and Ryder tries to push a little quickly here. Pascuez pushes it down low. The pass deflected away from Gutter Dry. Gilchrist chips it up forward. Dry settles it and tries to get over to an open wing to Bulio. Bulio waiting, trying to make the move. Getting it back to Gilchrist, who gets deflected and gets taken inside by Sanders. Sanders trying to turn the corner past her defender. Still able to maintain possession. Now the Bronx try to settle themselves in. Pitchinich almost double teamed and then is able to get it off to an open passer. Kelly turns and will backtrack towards midfield. Now inside with a little bit of room, this ball's going to go in deeper up to Ludwikowski, trying to spin inside the box. Something to work with. Ludwikowski still with it. The cross in front, the shot, they score! Michelle Yakino, the beneficiary of a nice speed from Ludwikowski, and the Ryder Bronx go on top 1-0.
That was a great play right there from Ludwikowski. You see her, she's going to use her, you see on this replay here, she's going to use her size, shield that ball, fizz it across the face of goal, and that's just a nice play from Yakino to work off the ball like that. That's a natural goal scorer goal, to know to come back to the ball, to make that run, to beat the defenders. That was a really good goal, and that's the first time they've been able to break down the Canisius defense. When Canisius has been able to set their back line, and the midfield's been able to drop back, they've had a really tough time breaking them down, but saw there, all it took was one good pass. Like I said, it's going to be a couple moments of quality was all Ryder's going to need. And now this could be an insurmountable lead for Canisius. It's definitely going to be tough. They're going to need to find goals. This is not the place they want to be in.
So for Yakino, that's your 5th goal of the season. She's got 5 goals now and 6 assists. Making 16 points already so far on the season. She continues a very strong season in her senior year. Chip down low, back to Yakino. Tries to split the defenders, able to get through and get it off to Ludwikowski. Ball chipped up into the air past Quez, tries to settle it down and moves it back out. Inside, Pitchnich goes back up top, high ball. This one's going to be closer to the box. Ludwikowski's going to chase it, and Rossi will see it all the way through and make the catch.
You see they're using Ludwikowski and Pitchnich a lot to just kind of hold up the ball. They'll put their back to the goal. They'll just take a couple touches, wait for their teammates to make runs to their sides. It allows everyone to get down the field further, and that's really starting to work. That's how they scored their goal too, and that's tough to defend when a team's doing that successfully. It makes the offense really easy to run. It makes it really easy to pick out passes and create chances quickly.
Back to Yakino. Yakino's pass cut off by Gilchrist. And it goes right to Lipton, and it gets worked back out to Kelly. Down the right sideline, it goes inside to Pitchnich. Pitchnich, another cross inside, turning, and this one's going to be fanned down by Kuda. Here's another chance for Yakino, has the ball. Yakino settles it, takes a shot, and Rossi makes a save.
That's just a mistake on the back line there. You saw, again, use their size, create another opportunity, miscue from the back line, and that's just, see here, that's just a miscue. You can't have that, especially when you have a player like Yakino who's been so good. Just can't allow that, and it's very uncharacteristic of this Canisius defense.
And Yakino, who's expecting the ball to go be sent back, if she just follows through on that and just takes it all the way through, she has a blank shot at Rossi.
Oh yeah,
she could be looking at a 2-0 game.
She certainly didn't expect that ball to be missed and for it to just bounce in the box like that. So yeah, she was probably just as surprised as some of the fans in front of us.
Shauna Lee working down the left sideline, trying to make her way towards the goal line. And it will be a goal kick. This is our first substitution of the contest. As Paige Biscaglia will go back to the bench. And coming into the game now for Canisius, it looks to be Amanda Weisbeck. Amanda Weisbeck with a goal and assist on the season so far. As we mentioned, Biscaglia, he's usually one of those first players off the bench. Scored 2 goals last week in the Griffs' 2-0 win against Fairfield. So I imagine we'll see more of Biscaglia later in this game.
Yeah, she had a positive start to the game. She had a lot of touches in the box. She doesn't have a lot of size, and it makes it really hard for the defenders to track her. She can turn really quickly, and she uses that quickness to create opportunities.
That ball will be chipped out to the sideline, and Bronx able to keep it in. And try to work on the counter, but that ball sent back by the Griffs. Down the sideline, and out of bounds, it'll be Ryder ball. Yakino trying to pitch one forward. Up to Pitchnich, but will roll to the sideline. Rossi settles it just before it crosses over.
That was a nice idea. And again, they're creating chances down the side of Lipton and Yakino. The pass was just had a little too much weight on it.
Lee off the header, tries to spin and get it for Canisius. They both get tangled up, and the foul will go called against Shauna Lee. Worked on the sideline, trying to spin free there. Madeline Bulio. Back to Canisius, who gets it up to good, and back to Bulio. Bulio now with a little bit of room. Gets stripped up by her defender and loses the ball in the process, and the Bronx take it away. Pitchinich at midfield will work back into her own half and allow her team to get set up. Lipton able to sidestep Dry. Again, hesitates and moves forward, gets it in front, and now drips off to Pascuez, who's got some room in the center of the field. Pascuez drops it off to Pitchinich. Over to an open wing for Yakino. Yakino working to the center. Now puts a shot up, but that one will float wide of the net.
Yeah, it was going to be a tough shot. You could see what she was definitely going for, taking those half steps, kind of trying to set up her feet for the shot, and she just didn't get her foot around it enough to try to get that bend on it, and it just sailed wide of the post. But it was a good idea. It was another chance, and again, another chance from that left side. The Griffs are really having a tough time defending that right now.
Rossi waiting for her teammates to get set up, and now a low-flying ball, well, right to the scorekeeper's table. Just 20 minutes remaining in the half. The offense has been, the offensive part of this game, Canio, has really been, for the most part, controlled by Ryder.
That's, I think, what we thought was going to happen coming into this game, because Canisius likes to get pressed into their own half and try to play on the counter. But Canisius really isn't producing anything on the counter. They haven't really created any serious opportunities. Ryder's doing a really good job of controlling this game right now, taking what Canisius is giving them. And they've had a couple really nice passing plays where they've created some really good opportunities.
Off the throw in, Linsmeyer works it over to the left side of the field. And Ryder will get themselves set up. Pascuez gets the ball right back. Tries to chip it forward up to Pitchnich, stops and spins, and then moves it along to Kelly. Kelly tries to press one forward inside the box. Almost settled down there for Ludwikowski. Pascuez still with it. Pascuez putting one deep off the header from Canisius. Last time another cross, that one hits a post. Ball still loose in front, high ball. Yakino tries to get a header on it, still loose in front, and Canisius trying to clear out, still there, and now Rossi will get her hands on it and wait for her team to move.
That was definitely the definition of scrambled away there by Canisius. They were, see a replay here, they had about 5 opportunities there to get the ball out. And you see Pitchinet's using her size again, shield that ball. I don't know if she was trying to cross it, maybe it was a shot, but create another dangerous opportunity. Canisius just couldn't get that ball out.
A throw into Weisbeck. Pascuez with the spin, and moves it up forward to Kelly, who tries to advance it over to midfield. Up forward, Pitchnich. Back to Cunningham, and now gets it down low. However, that one is cut off by Linsmeyer, who moves it back up to Gilchrist. Ball taken away by Kelly. We'll move it over to the offensive left side of the field for Lipton, and that one gets slammed right into the barrier along the sideline, and Ryder will hang on to possession.
That's a good play by Kuda there. You see that Yakino, she was going to use a no-touch, just let it roll between her legs and go, try to spin her defender. That's a tough play to defend, especially if you don't have your body in front of the ball. So that was a good play by Kuda.
An attempt at putting the ball top of the box, deflected out of bounds by Dry. And a high ball will go right to Rossi. Rossi tries to punch it, the goal is open. Cunningham puts it on goal, and last second save from Tchaikovsky. Emily Tchaikovsky able to sneak in the back door to keep this game at 1-0.
Just a lot of unforced errors from the Griffs. That was a great play, way to help out your goalkeeper. That's another unforced error that should never be happening. If she's going to come out, she needs to get a hand on it. Ryder's really starting to take advantage. They're just putting the ball in the box at this point, hoping to create an opportunity, and it's working. Canisius is really struggling to clean up those crosses. They're even struggling to string together some passes on the counter, too, so they're really getting hemmed in.
The cross going to go to the top of the box, and the header will be over the goal. And Canisius able to get away from that one unscathed. But things really looking frantic once the ball enters that Canisius box.
Yeah, they're really, they don't look confident on the back line right now, which is really uncharacteristic of the Canisius back line. They're really mishandling a lot of balls, and even when they've had opportunities to clear the ball, they've messed up a couple times now. So, you know, they really probably should just try to get to the half right now, down 1-0, and just regroup.
Bulio trying to chase it for Canisius, unable to get there. Kelly settling it down for Ryder. Pass goes forward. It's Pitchnich who tries to get the pass. Is able to get away from a defender and gets it up to Lipton with some space. Lipton pressing deeper, looking for a cross. Lipton crosses it, but deflected away from Dry, and the Ryder Bronx will have another corner kick.
Yeah, they're really starting to push forward now. And Canisius is inviting pressure, but they don't want that much pressure. They would want to set their back line because they think they're going to be able to stop these runs into the box, and that's just not happening today. Ryder's really finding some nice passes, and Canisius mishandling the balls, creating opportunities.
Cross over the head of everyone, looking to go far post, but too far for everyone. And the corner comes up empty for the Bronx. Ball settled down by Linsmeyer. Canisius tries to play it forward up to Weisbeck. And the ball rolled down the sideline, and it'll be Canisius possession. Just under 15 minutes remaining now in the game. Shots on goal in favor of the visiting Ryder Bronx, 5-0. Canisius yet to find a shot on frame. They've not had a whole lot of chances to do that.
Yeah, they're really struggling to get out of their own half, just string a couple passes together. That's how they want to play. They want to play that counter-attacking style, but if you can't make some passes through the midfield, it's going to be really tough.
Linsmeyer trying to find it up to Dry. That pass intercepted by Pasquiaz. Good gets it for Canisius momentarily and pushes it up to Weisbeck. Weisbeck with some room. Weisbeck trying to get away from the defender, still has the ball. Now tries to get it up to Lee. Lee's going to chase it. It's going to be a race to the ball with the goalkeeper, and it'll get punted out beyond the sideline. Nice play there from Carbonell to come out and play it.
That's exactly how Canisius wants to play. They want to get up the field quickly. Don't let the opposing team's defense get set and try to create a quick opportunity.
Canisius trying to settle in on offense really for the first time in the game. They haven't had a whole lot of opportunity. Good. Trying to work down the left side, dropping it off to Bulio. Bulio will drop it back to Linsmeyer. Linsmeyer's going to put one towards the top of the box, trying to find it for Lee, and it goes off the head of the Ryder defender, who in that situation there was Schmidt. And down the sideline, and it'll be a throw-in for the Griffs. Weisbeck will put it in play. Or scratch that, it'll be Bulio. Canisius puts a high ball inside the box. It's going to bounce up. Dry's going to try and get a header on it. It's going to come close to the goal and out of bounds. And it'll be a goal kick. Another substitution. This one's going to be for Ryder, it looks like. It's going to be Ashlyn Johnson who will come into the contest as she will come in to replace Sam Pitchnich. Good, able to get her header on it off the goal kick. Weisbeck tries to settle it down, move it over to Shauna Lee, but that pass cut off before it got there. And it goes back to Lipton. Lipton getting it forward. Ludwikowski pressing it now and tries to get it up to Yakino, but cannot connect. Gilchrist tries to press now for Canisius. Gilchrist with some room gets it up to Weisbeck. And down to the sideline, it'll be Canisius' ball just inside the attacking third. Of a deflection, it's going to be a race down to the goal line. Bronx are able to keep it in. Schmidt able to catch it. And just a bit of a stumble there from Lipton. The ball rolls under her foot. So Canisius will have a throw in deeper now.
This is positive from Canisius. They need a couple solid passes together, but this is definitely better. They're possessing the ball now.
Kudo's going to put one forward up, trying to find good, but too far. And Bulio just unable to get there to try and keep it in, so it'll be a goal kick. Opportunity comes up empty. Canisius can't get a shot on goal yet.
Yeah, that's it's going to be tough to score if you're not getting shots on net. And, you know, that's it's the name of the game, but you know, you got to possess the ball first before you can get shots on net. And Canisius is doing a little bit better here towards the end of this half. Maybe it's something they could take into the second half. You get your confidence up. You think, okay, maybe we can possess the ball. We're not getting as dominated as we thought we were. Just try to feel the flow of this game and get back into it.
Pair of exchanges in midfield. Canisius finally comes up with it, getting it up to Dry, who tries to put a high ball up for Gilchrist or Shauna Lee, whoever gets there first. Gilchrist taps it, now good, and she will advance it up to Weisbeck down the left sideline. Sideline trying to get it off to Lee. Lee now trying to get closer to the goal, looking perhaps for a cross. And Lee goes down at the goal line, and we'll see what the official call here is. It's going to be a corner kick for the Griffs. It'll be their second of the game, and now the offensive momentum for Canisius is starting to build.
Yeah, and we said before the game, this is definitely an area where Canisius has been effective this year. They haven't scored a lot in open play. We said corners were definitely going to be important, so and if Canisius could nick a goal before halftime, it would be big for their confidence.
So again, Shikowski will take it for Canisius. Kick goes up, this one a little farther out. Bulio settles it down. Bulio trying to get free, can't get the ball out. And it'll get moved back out towards midfield. Kuda settles it down. She's going to put another one towards the top of the box. Good, tries to deflect it with the head, but gets sent back out. Yakino plays it off the chest, and Ryder will go on the counter.
Those two dangerous opportunities there for Canisius. Anytime the ball bounces in the box, you're going to have a chance. Definitely don't. The defense doesn't want that to happen. And there was a second chance after that corner.
This one's going to go down towards the goal line, and it'll be see who gets there first, and Ryder's able to keep it in. They'll roll out of bounds, and it will be it'll be a goal kick for Alana Rossi.
But that flurry of opportunities there was definitely positive from Canisius.
Or correction, excuse me, offsides is the call against Ryder. Kuda tries to play it down the sideline, and it gets kicked out of bounds. Another substitution into the game for Canisius. Shauna Lee will take a rest on the bench, and coming in to replace her will be Alicia Larson-Wahlberg. Larson-Wahlberg out of Sweden. Come all the way across the pond to play here for the Griffs. And Ryder also has a substitution as well. Bethany Feinstein in to replace Cunningham for the final 7 minutes of the first half. High ball going to go towards the goal. Sierra Rossi plays it, and she will read the bounce correctly and make the two-handed grab. Gilchrist tried to settle it down. Now the Bronx come up with it. Johnson plays it up over to Kelly and along the right sideline. Gonna get settled back down by Pasquiez. And down along the right sideline, Sanders trying to find something to work with. And it'll be a deep throw in for the Bronx. But we'll have one more substitution before they do it. Madeline Tarrant will come into the game. And that'll allow it'll be Ludwikowski to take a break.
Replacing 24, Erica Ludwikowski.
So the throw in will go to Yakino. Yakino tries to settle it and try and find a cross, comes back out, but just beyond the yellow sideline. The Griffs will take it over. Just 5.5 minutes remaining in the first half of play. The Griffs trailing 1-0. Michelle Yakino got the opening goal in this game and a nice feed from Erica Ludwikowski. That went at the 18:27 mark. The officials will call a foul on that one as Madeline Bulio got taken down trying to play the ball there. So Canisius, an opportunity here to maybe trying to find a deflection or get something towards the goal here.
Yeah, they're definitely going to try to take this opportunity to set up. They're going to get bodies forward, try to create another opportunity. As we said, set pieces have been dangerous for the Griffs.
Chakowski will take it for Canisius. Waits for a team to get set up. Now puts the ball forward. Low flying ball. That one sent right back out. Good tries to get position to settle it down. Good. It gets taken down from Taryn.
Looks like they called a foul on that free kick there. Defender had the player go through her back. So they'll generally call that. It was interesting how far into the box they were holding their line there. They didn't want Canisius to be able to drop that ball in over the top. They're afraid, you know, with how dangerous Canisius is on set pieces, they'd be able to get their head on it.
Bulio is able to tap it away to some free space to get it up to dry. Her pass in tight corner there, and Canisius tries to spin away and work with it, but it rolls out of bounds, and the Bronx will take it away. Back out to McCabe, and I'll move forward. Lipton trying to get it up to Pasquez, and Bulio is there to get it up to Dry. Dry, triple teamed. Try to get it away, and both go down. The foul will go against the Bronx. Gets called on McCabe, who did not agree with it. Chakowski quickly out to set piece. Tries to get over to Good, but the pass is taken away. Yakino is going to come up with it. Yakino running towards the goal, settles down, tries to find a cross. Yakino's got some room. She shoots. She scores! Michelle Yakino picks up another. The Bronx go up 2-0.
That was an unbelievable goal. You'll see she takes on Linsmere there, beats her, and puts that near post. That is an absolutely fantastic goal. To take on your defender like that one-on-one and beat her so cleanly. To have such a wide open shot then. And she picked that corner. That was not, it seemed like Rossi had that near post covered, and she found that little bit of space. That was just an absolutely fantastic effort. You can see why she's leading their team in goals.
And for Yakino, now with 2 goals on the day, has 6 on the season. An incredible effort there as Linsmere went down trying to defend. Just under 3 minutes remaining. And Canisius will make a goaltending switch here. Something they haven't done a whole lot this year. They'll bring in Bailey Fenwick Miller, the freshman out of Ohio. So we'll take another look at the replay here, see if we can catch what happened. Linsmere defending against Yakino, and then gets kind of tangled up. Looked like her knee maybe
Yeah, that's when you're trying to stop as quickly as possible. Your knee could buckle. You could turn your ankle, and it was just a quick move from Yakino there. It's a bit of like it was almost like a Ronaldo chop. She dragged her leg over the ball and then chopped it behind it to cut inside. And that's just a quick move. It's hard to stop on a dime like that when you're trying to defend it. So yeah, you hope it's nothing too serious, but she could have definitely, planted her leg awkwardly, trying to stop quickly.
So the other side of this now, an interesting move by Todd Clark, going to the bench and making the goalkeeping change to Bailey Fenwick-Miller, who in total this season has just seen 27 minutes of game time. Hasn't allowed a goal in it, but someone who a lot of Rossi and not how we expected the game to go for her, who been 2 straight shutouts now and given up 2 goals just in the first half. So Canisius is really going to rely heavily on Fenwick-Miller, and this is, as a freshman coming into your first season here, and this is the spot you want. This is the opportunity you want to get.
Oh, for sure. This is a big opportunity for her, but it's absolutely surprising that Rossi is taken out of the game. She definitely didn't have a solid game. There's a couple times there's balls in the box that she should have come out for earlier. She had that one punch that she didn't get a hand on that created an opportunity. But it's tough to completely blame her for the goals that were given up. Those were solid opportunities from Ryder. Those were tough shots. So yeah, this is definitely a big opportunity for Fenwick-Miller. This is how you make a name for yourself. If you can shut out Ryder for the rest of the game, it definitely you make a name for yourself pretty quickly.
And now in goal for the Grips, number 26, Bailey Fenwick-Miller.
So Canisius is going to try and regroup now, down 2-0. Just 2 minutes remaining in the contest. Lexi Henderson into the game, Shauna Adams and Emily Porteous in the contest. And Canisius making wholesale changes. You see the whole Canisius bench, they're sitting beyond the bench, behind the wall, trying to find themselves regrouping, because for Canisius, this is not exactly how you wanted this game. You had no plans of this game being 2-0 going into halftime.
Exactly. I said it early in the half. If Ryder could get to 2 goals, they could put it out of reach. And I imagine Canisius, in their worst nightmare, didn't think it would get to 2-0 in the first half. So that creates a big ask of your offense to try to find 2 goals when you've struggled to score. You expect your defense going into the game as well as they've played to maybe give up a goal in the first half, but for it to at least be a 1-goal game when it starts to matter towards the end. So, yeah, this definitely isn't going to plan, and you can see that the team is not happy with how they've played.
And Todd Clark really making a wholesale change. Hannah Kim is in the game. Savannah Jonathan also in the game for Canisius, as he has really pulled almost everyone out, and really essentially a figure-it-out moment for themselves. I mean, really almost everyone is out now for Canisius as they'll try and get themselves set up on offense. Larson Wahlberg trying to settle the ball down. And this shot's going to go towards the goal. High ball, nice save from Carbonell, going up to get it.
That was a fantastic shot. It looked like it might go over the bar, and we'll see it here. Looked like it might go over the bar, but it started to dip there towards the end, and Carbonell had to make a fantastic save to get her hand on and push it over the crossbar. That's a great opportunity.
Off the corner, Canisius trying to rebound here. High ball comes out. It's going to go to Michelle Yakino, who's already got a pair in this one. An incredible sequence there for Carbonell. A beautiful shot from Henderson, but an even better save. Keeps this game at 2-0. Larson Wahlberg settles it down. That Canisius, those starters still sitting behind that bench trying to figure it out. Nobody is present right now on the Canisius bench. And just 5 seconds remaining. The ball chased down to the goal line. And with that, we'll come to the end of the first half. Ryder coming out hot to start this game, up 2-0 after the first half of play. And the Canisius really stunned right now with the way they're at. Their starters behind the bench, behind the wall, trying to figure it out. And they're going to have a lot of figuring out to do during this halftime break. We'll take the timeout as well going into halftime. Ryder on top of Canisius, 2-0 after 45 minutes of play. You're watching MAC Women's Soccer on ESPN3.
Want to achieve more than you ever thought possible? At Canisius College, you can. A Canisius education is packed with extraordinary opportunities like top-level scientific research, global service experiences, and real-world connections. Want to intern at a Fortune 500 company? Want to get into the best medical and law schools? Want to be a champion for social justice? You can. Here.
It starts with one. One team, one focus, one community. All of us standing as one. Each of us doing our part when no one is watching. To come together stronger as a team united. Let's go, baby. Team on three. 1, 2, 3. It starts.
Hello, Discover Card.
Hi, can you tell me about these new Social Security alerts I keep hearing about?
Sure, just sign up online. Then we'll alert you if we find your Social Security number on any one of thousands of risky websites.
Wow, that's cool. How much is it?
Oh, it's free if you have a Discover Card.
I like free.
Yeah, we just want you to be in the know.
Oh, hey, sushi. Oh, I smell it.
You're making me...
Yeah, being in the know is a good thing.
Know if your Social Security number is found on risky sites. Free from Discover.
When you say wallpaper, most people think doilies and cabbage roses. We wanted to make wallpaper cool again.
One of the greatest challenges of running a small business is having to do a little bit of everything.
Office 365 really lets us collaborate in real time.
Once a client sees a 3D rendering, they get it.
Who knew there'd be so much math involved with wallpaper? The math feature is so amazing.
Love, love, love Teams. It simplifies communication from everywhere.
It makes our 10-person company feel like 50.
I like that math.
Halftime here at the Dembski Sports Complex. Ryder putting a 2-0 lead on Canisius going into the halftime break. Take a look at some of the numbers behind the story through the first half of play. And Canio, no surprise here, a lot of them are in favor of Ryder.
Yeah, Canisius just did not play well in any phase of the game. They were not getting offensive chances, maybe only 2. They couldn't get out of their own half. They like to invite pressure, but their passing, they couldn't get even 3 passes together in their own half. They couldn't possess the ball, and any time a ball went into the box, they looked absolutely stunned, and they didn't know what to do. So you know, we saw the starters get pulled at the end of the half, and that's definitely a statement that they need to fix it.
Let's see what Todd Clark wants to do in the second half. Start of it, if he's going to leave them in, or if he's going to leave the players to finish off the first half. It'll be interesting to see how that second half develops. We'll take another break from the Dembski Sports Complex. Ryder on top of Canisius, 2-0.
Know how your DNA connects you to the world. Know more about you and the 23 pairs of chromosomes that make up your DNA at 23andme.com.
Wizards at 7. Wolves Spurs at 9:30. Wednesday on ESPN.
Look up, look up. Yo, we had
had the opportunity to help volunteer at the Wheelchair Nationals that were hosted here at Riverworks at the end of August, and when our guys were getting right back on campus, and so we reached out to see if they needed any help and to do some community service, and it went really, really well that weekend with their efforts helping out, and so we were invited to come join the team and play against them a little bit in a fun, friendly scrimmage here. And so we're taking advantage of the opportunity to help grow the game of lacrosse locally and try our hand at something different.
My son had played lacrosse prior to his injury that has him in a wheelchair now, but he always liked lacrosse. He plays sled hockey. Actually, a lot of the guys on the team play sled hockey. Adam was one of the Olympic guys. And they wanted something else to do. Something off-season, something that their abilities can do for them. We got Bandits to be able to back us, so they've helped out. But it gives these guys something else to do. They want to play sports. They like the competition. There's not as many opportunities for them. So sled hockey, they're even. Wheelchair, they're even. The guys from Canisius came out the last tournament we had to help out, to volunteer and help us out, and they got interested in playing.
What we tell our guys is that we're all very, very blessed and very lucky to be able to do what we get to do, and to be able to be at an institution like Canisius and have the opportunities that others don't. And so being a part of the community and giving back in a variety of ways, whether it's doing something related to the game or not, it's a big piece to be able to self-reflect and give of ourselves to something better.
And welcome back, everyone, to the Dembski Sports Complex. Almost time for the start of the second half. We'll take a look at some of the highlights through the first half of play, and Ryder really been powered so far by Michelle Yakino.
Yeah, she's been absolutely phenomenal. The most skilled player on the pitch. You can see that's just a natural goal scorer goal there. In this one, you see her skill on full display. Beautiful shot. She's been absolutely awesome.
On the other end of it for defense, too, Carmen Carbonell has been able to make a beautiful save there that keeps this game 2-0, and that's where we stand right now. We'll take one more break. On the other side, we'll have the start of the second half between Rider and Canisius. You're watching MAC Women's Soccer on ESPN3. And hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dembski Sports Complex as we are just awaiting a couple minutes left before the start of half number 2. We'll take a look at the Delta Sonic Max standings. And not a whole lot of surprise. You find Monmouth up at top at an 8-2-2 overall record, undefeated in the conference. And you see Canisius and Rider somewhere in the middle of the pack trying to find their way, get themselves toward the upper echelon. And the thing about this year, Canio, is that all the teams every 4 years make the playoffs. They all go down to Disney, the ESPN Wild World of Sports, and compete in the MAC championship down there. So if you're in one of the bottom part of the standings, you're lucky this year in a sense that you'll make it. But for these teams, it's all about how you're playing at the end of the season.
Yeah, I think they'd be really happy to finish mid-pack, but more than anything, I think Canisius, going into the playoffs, they would really love for their defense to be playing well. And I think they would really be happy if they can just find a couple more goals. But Rider, this has been a really positive game for them. They have really had trouble scoring, so this is definitely a game to build off so far. If they can have another strong, second half here, this will definitely be a game to remember and something to build off of.
And not a whole lot of surprise that the one who scored both of the goals for Rider, Michelle Yakino, is tallied a pair in this game. She now has 6 goals total on the season. And now with that, the six assists rather, for a total of 18 points on the season. Canisius expecting that kind of production out of Greta Dry. They haven't gotten it so far. Dry got her first goal of the season in the Griffs' 1-0 win over Niagara. And as the 45 minutes have been set on the clock, Todd Clark still with his team in the locker room. They have not made their way out to the field yet.
Yeah, he was definitely not happy with his team to end the half there. And I can't imagine he's saying good things in the locker room right now.
No, it's not a place I'd imagine you want to be spending a lot of time. Is that Canisius locker room right now is still, they can't even see them making their way out to the field yet. They have not left the locker room, which is kept inside the Kessler Athletic Center, which is just a couple 100 feet away, but unable to see anything right now. The team is still in there.
And I guess we should have expected this a bit. You know, Clark pulled his starters to end that first half there, and he really just used those last 7 minutes to make a statement that what they were doing was not good enough. He pulled almost all his starters, and that was just a wake-up call that in the second half you need to play better. That what they did in the first half just wasn't acceptable in any facet of the game.
And the reason we couldn't find them is because they went to a different location this time for halftime. They went out to just beyond, which would be on the baseball field, deep center field, and under the little awning under there to get themselves recomposed. It'll be interesting to see what combination of 11 Todd Clark sends out for the second half. If he's going to go back to Alana Rossi, or if he goes with Bailey Fenwick-Miller, what combination of 11 he sends out there. If he sends Greta Dry back out there, Biscaglia back out there.
For sure.
Who, in fact, is going to be the 11, and we'll get an idea of that in just a couple of moments.
I'd be surprised if he didn't put his starters back out there. I think he made his point pulling them towards the end of that first half. So I think
you
now
really have to wonder, though, if Lexi Henderson scores on that beautiful shot she had, if maybe you leave him in.
Yeah, and it looks like
it's going to be the starting group, just about.
So that last 7 minutes there in that first half was just to make a statement. Even Rossi's back in the game now. It was just to make a statement that their play wasn't good enough. So he took them off, let them regain their composure, think through what went wrong there, and just hope that they found their composure and they're ready to go in the second half. But a lot needs to change from their game. Nothing was a positive really to take away from that first half.
On the other side, for the Rider Bronx, though, you really cannot expect to get another 45 minutes of that kind of play. You got to expect Canisius coming out firing, all guns firing to the start of the second half.
For sure. I think Canisius, we know they like to sit back in their final third and to invite pressure, but down 2-0, now they're going to have to push forward. They're going to have to pressure Ryder. So, if Yakino can find a couple good passes again, make a couple good moves, she's probably going to have a lot of space to work with as Canisius pushes up the pitch.
So Canisius does, in fact, send just what looks like their starting 11 back out onto the field as they will look to try and find the answer to what I'm guessing Todd Clark's halftime speech was something along the lines of, "You better fix it." So with that, we'll get underway in the second half. Biscaglia will take it for the Griffs and try to press forward. And the ball will go back out to midfield and roll along the sideline.
And there's a lot to fix from that first half outside of 2 shots on goal that just went over the crossbar. Canisius did not produce a lot offensively. And in their own end, anytime there was a ball in the box, they looked really confused. They never had their composure, created a couple scrambled opportunities, one of which Ryder was able to score off of. And even if they did possess the ball in their own half, their passing wasn't good enough. They couldn't work on the counter because they couldn't get 3 passes together. So there's definitely a lot to fix in this second half here.
Gilchrist at midfield for Canisius will play it alongside Emily Kuda, who presses forward, trying to get off to Bulio. Bulio dancing along the sideline, tries to get forward and get positioning on the ball. Biscaglia gets a foot in there and almost takes it away, and it gets played out to the sideline where Maddie Good is there to settle it. Good gets up to Bulio, high ball in the air right by Biscaglia. And just bounced over Good's head, and it'll be Ryder ball. Biscaglia coming in to help out on defense. It'll still be Ryder ball as it bounces out again, out of bounds. And get booted high up into the air. And get chased down by Linsmeyer. And Ryder looks like to settle in. Ball will get rolled beyond the goal line, and it will be a corner kick for the Ryder Bronx. I'll see they go to here. Their 2 goals in this game were scored by Michelle Yakino. It's the second time she's had a 2-goal game this year. She scored 2 in the team's win against Fairfield back on September 23rd. This corner, high ball, far post, bouncing in, just out. They didn't get it in. Still loose in front. Canisius tries to get it out. Ryder's going to be right there. Yakino puts the, wasn't Yakino, rather it was Pascuet who put the shot up, but that was dangerously close to a 3rd goal.
Yeah, that's not how you want to start the second half from Canisius. They had problems tracking the ball on crosses, and that was a very good corner put right on the goal line. It could have been scrambled in by anybody. But then also on that second shot there, you see Pasquez lean back a little bit too much, and that's why she got over it. But that's definitely not an improvement from what we saw in the first half.
Chkowski gets tangled along the sideline with Pichinich. Canisius will take it. Throw in from Kenesha. Worked up to Dry and over to Linsmeyer. Linsmeyer trying to get away from Pichinich. Along to Kuda. Kuda directing traffic. Ball rolls down the far sideline. Shauna Lee chasing it down. Can't quite get there in time. The Bronx were able to keep it in. The ball punched over the Canisius bench. It will stay with the Griffs. Throwing goes to Good. Try to get over to Bulio. Good now settling down with it. It's got a little more room. No, pass it forward, trying to find Biscaglia, who takes it away for a moment. Now still has it. Biscaglia is going to look to cross here. Settles it down, but however, it appears the ball was out of bounds. And it will be a Ryder ball. One of the Bronx has gone down. Appears to be Emily Schmidt. And they're going to stop the clock. And they're not going to bring out the the athletic training staff just yet. Schmidt gets back to her feet. See if she'll be able to walk it off. And Schmidt walking pretty gingerly, looks like, but seems like she's going to be all right. She looks like she'll stay in the game. No one seems to be rushing to the table to check in for her, so it looks like Schmidt's going to stay in the game.
And Coach Clark used that injury there to call his team over, talk a little bit more to them, maybe give a few points of advice from what he saw so far.
Biscaglia trying to settle it. Ball rolls out of bounds. They'll stay with Canisius. Throwing will come deeper inside. And it'll go towards the top of the box. None of the Griffs are there, and the ball swung out to an open wing and gets pushed forward to Pichinich. Gets bumped momentarily, and a battle for it in midfield, and the foul will go against Ryder. And Kuda will press forward for Canisius. Quick pass now goes down low to Shauna Lee. Lee looks to get footing on it, and Lee gets bumped and looks like she's going to be injured, and she's going to drop to the knees. Didn't see what caught her, if she caught an elbow or...
Yeah, she might have caught an elbow there. You see the defender was just using her body to shield the ball, let the ball run out of play there, and sometimes an elbow comes up and catches you.
Lee, one of the freshmen for Canisius, who has showed quite a bit of skill to provide on offense. I don't know if she caught it. It looked like she caught it up high somewhere. In the shoulder or the... Yeah, it looks like she was trying to work out that left shoulder area.
Yeah, a lot of times they'll just call that incidental contact and they'll let it go.
Bulio making a nice move to get herself some free space and tries to chip it down the sideline, and it will roll out of bounds. And the Ryder Bronx will take over. Gilchrist getting it back to Bulio. Bulio sends a high ball off the header. He's going to roll towards the sideline. Canisius is able to keep it in to Biscaglia. Biscaglia tries to throw one out in front, but none of the grips are there to be able to get ahead on it. And now and go back to midfield and settle down. Shikowski will advance forward. Shikowski passes off to Canisius, who moves it down low to Dry, who gets it back to Canisius, tries to chip it forward for Dry. It's going to be a little too far for her, it looks like, as Schmidt will watch it roll beyond the sideline and attempt to throw in.
That was positive there from Canisius. They had a couple passes strung together. Biscaglia had a nice cross into the box, so it's definitely better. They're possessing the ball better. And if you want to score goals, get back into this game, that's exactly what they have to do.
And Carbonell is going to come out to play the ball as it's bouncing slowly towards the box. And she will scoop it up with two hands before Biscaglia was able to get there. And Carbonell will punt one high into the air. Canisius will head it off of a bounce. And we'll roll down to Dry. Dry trying to advance her defender, now she does. Dry chipping it forward to Biscaglia, back to Dry with some room. Greta Dry pushing forward now to Bulio. Bulio trying to find a cross, and it'll go beyond the goal line, and it will be a corner kick for the Griffs as they'll try to build a rally for Canisius. It'll be their fourth corner kick of the day.
Set pieces have been dangerous so far for both teams, so this is a big opportunity. If they can get a goal here, Canisius gets themselves right back into the game, and it becomes a really tough second half for Ryder.
Maggie Canisius will be the one to tee it up. Canisius with the left. High ball. It's going to be short. Off of a bounce. It's still there. Shauna Lee tries to get a head on it, and it'll roll out of bounds, and now it'll be a goal kick. None of the three headers Canisius had there were able to direct it towards the cage.
And they had the opportunity. If you can get a head on it, you have an opportunity off a corner. But they just could not get it towards the goal. Even on that last one there, inside the 6-yard box, still nodded wide, but that was positive again. That's another opportunity. Canisius is really starting to build off of their play.
And watch out, here comes Pitchinich. She's going to put a shot towards the goal. Rossi turns it away.
I think Pitchinich knew pretty quickly she didn't have the pace to outrun the back line there. But a shot on goal has proven to be dangerous so far today, so that was a good opportunity. We'll see it again here. She has a partial break, but she was going to get caught pretty quickly. And that's a nice save.
Look, they try to go right back to her.
They've been using Pitchinich a lot, try to work the play through her, and she's been doing a great job of holding up the play, letting her teammates run around her. She's been doing a good job picking out passes, and she's really been a catalyst on offense today.
Bulio's able to cut off the pass and try to get it up to Lee, who spins to try to tap it, but cannot connect. Now leave the Bronx to work towards the near sideline. It'll get forward to Cunningham. Cunningham sidesteps Greta Dry with some room now. And we'll go back towards midfield to Pascuez. Pascuez spinning. Nice move. Try to move forward off to Gilchrist. And over to Bulio. Tries to play it forward to Biscaglia. Now the Bronx looking to press forward. Ludwikowski drops it off to Kelly. Kelly chipping forward, and Kelly takes a hit and goes right back at Dry then. And that was a bit of a dirty play there from Kelly, as Dry got tangled up, and then Kelly, and she's going to get a card for that one, put the foot directly into Greta Dry's stomach.
Yeah, Kelly was annoyed there that Dry caught her ankle, which is really, she had the balls, 50-50 balls, a bang-bang play. And it's just unnecessary to kick at your opponent like that.
Yellow card issued to riders number 13, Shannon Kelly. Yellow card to number 13, Shannon.
Greta Dry looks like she's going to be okay.
Yeah, she stuck her cleat kind of into her midsection there. If you're not expecting it, that certainly hurts. And it's completely unwarranted.
Schmidt tees up the free piece. And off the bounce, it would be Rossi who's going to take it. Battle in midfield. Push forward from Gilchrist, and it'll be chased down. Blue's going to make a race to it to the corner, but it doesn't look like she's going to be able to get there in time. The official's flag goes up, and it will be Ryder's ball. Carbonell pushes it forward. Off of a couple of headers, Canisius will now try to press it forward and gets it off to Bulio. Bulio playing it forward, trying to find Gilchrist, can't connect. It'll be played by Shannon Kelly. Gilchrist tried to play it forward, now good. Passes up to Shauna Lee. Lee with some room will backtrack a little bit and try to get it over to a teammate, but doesn't connect on the pass. Chakowski is able to pass up now to Greta Dry. Dry trying to find some room, spins. Passes it down low to Lee. Quick pass going across, but no one's there. And now it'll be played out to open space. Canisius keeps it inside midfield. Chakowski drops it off to Gilchrist. And now to Canisius. Canisius tries to play one towards the top of the box for Biscaglia and Bulio. Loose ball in front. Bulio couldn't get there and to be going towards the sideline. Ryder's able to play it out of danger. Canisius still threatening. Good. And off the slide tackle, it'll roll out of bounds. Canisius will hang on to it on the deep throw-in.
This is the best offensive movement for Canisius all game. They have a couple crosses into the box. We saw Bulio really have a nice opportunity there. She spun her defender.
Here comes Shauna Lee working with it. Lee trying to find some room. Tried to get it off to Gilchrist, but could not get the pass there. Linsmeyer is there to step up. Linsmeyer with some room. Melanie Linsmeyer puts a shot up, but got too far under it and goes over the net.
Yeah, you're going to see she was trying to shield off her defender, so she was leaning back. So, I mean, she got under the ball, pushed it way over the crossbar, but that was, again, positive from Canisius. They're really starting to string passes together, which is something they could not do in the first half. They're getting crosses into the box, and they're really starting to push forward now. Down by 2 goals with, 30 minutes left, you really have to take chances and push bodies forward.
Dry holding it down and looking to pass forward, gets it off to Kanisha. Kanisha plays one towards the top of the box. That one deflected away. Chakowski there. And we'll leave it for Maggie Kanisha, who plays it back to Chakowski. Chakowski working down the sideline. Tries to get through her defender, and she does. Biscaglia trying to get it back. Paige Biscaglia is there for it now. Biscaglia looking to get towards the goal, split the defenders. Still has the ball. Up top, Gilchrist will try to defend it as Ryder will now advance.
Yeah, Biscaglia tried to do just a little too much there. She's had a really nice game. She's creating opportunities. They're having a really hard time marking her. She's using her quickness to get around defenders. For that instance, she just ran into too many defenders and lost the ball.
Cross played away by Kuda. And settled, now Bulio tries to take it away, trying to battle with Lipton. Bulio gets tangled up and is able to come away with it. Officials say to play on. Lee's trying to push. Canisius again threatening on offense. And now Ryder will punt it back out off the header from Linsmeyer. And Rossi will punt it out to the sideline. And it will be Ryder's ball. Off the throw in, will go over to Shannon Kelly. Kelly with some space. Puts the pass on in front for Pacinic. It will be worked over to the near side to Cunningham. Cunningham looking to cross, and she does. Ball in front, and it'll be out of bounds. Bronx unable to put the shot on goal.
That's another great opportunity off a cross. That was a dangerous cross. It was right across the face of goal, went into the 6-yard box. And again, you're expecting better from your defense there to get it out, and they did, but you're hoping it's more in an authoritative way, more confident way.
Another substitution for Canisius. Amanda Weisbeck comes into the game for Paige Biscaglia. Bulio making a nice move to sidestep her defender. She's got some room now. Bulio putting a ball forward, trying to look for a teammate. Couldn't connect with one. The Bronx able to get it back. Yakino. Been a while since she's had it now. Takes it for the Bronx. And passes and switch up the field to go to Cunningham. Cunningham unable to keep up with the ball and rolls out of bounds. Canisius throw it. Headed away. Pacinic trying to get away with it. It's tangled up, and it'll be Ryder's ball.
That's certainly a foul. And Pacinic again, just using her size. She's shielding the ball so well. Griffs really have not had an answer to stop her today. Now she's won a free kick right on the edge of the box. It could be a little too close to get it up and down. It would be very hard to get it up and down that quick from just outside the box, but you could see it happen. You could try to see a set play here with a cross or a pass across the box.
So another golden opportunity for Maddie Lipton and the Ryder Bronx. Lipton, the play with the left. Gonna go towards the goal. The shot over the crossbar.
Yep, it's just a little too close. It's really tough. Really tough to get the ball down that quickly when you're that close, and you'll see it's just gonna go over the crossbar. It was always going up, and it's tough. It's tough from that distance. Maybe she would have been better suited to try to cross it or fizz it across face of goal. But nonetheless, a good opportunity. At least forced a reaction out of Rossi.
Canisius still trying to find an answer. They have one shot on goal in this game. Cunningham chasing it down the sideline with Canisius. And rolling beyond the sideline, it'll be Griff's ball. Now we're getting bounced up into the bleachers, and Canisius still have possession to throw in. Will go to Hope Gilchrist. Pacinic plays it off to Yakino. Yakino thought she was offside, but the officials said she was all good, and Canisius catches a bit of a break.
Yeah, that was a really big break because she was in by about 2 steps too, and that was a great pass from Pacinic there. But yeah, that's definitely a break. That would have been a clear opportunity. At least it probably would have at least forced a save out of Rossi.
Strong header goes back inside. It'll roll beyond the goal line again, so Alana Rossi will have another goal kick.
That was really the first time Yakino's been really threatening in this half. She did all she needs to do in that first half now, and she can kind of see out this game along with Ryder. They don't really have to produce much more offense. As we get under this 20-minute mark, they'll start to drop bodies back and just play defense.
Shauna Lee racing for the ball down the sideline, unable to get there, tries to find it back. However, Ryder is able to defend. Canisius trying to pass along. Try to get it up to Weisbeck, but couldn't connect on it. So Ryder will move forward. Yakino. As Herner defender go down, the ball off the header from Linsmeyer gets settled, and Cunningham is there to take it for the Bronx. High ball is going to go back in, and Rossi will play it off of a hop before any of the other teammates are able to get there, or Johnson for Ryder was able to get there. And played back in midfield, Lee. Lee trying to get it up to Bulio. Pass was just out of reach. Dry taking it off the sideline, and now Canisius trying to push, but it'll roll beyond the sideline, and it'll be Ryder ball. Just 24 minutes remaining in the game. The Bronx on top, still by a score of 2-0. Kelly trying to play it forward to Pacinic. Pacinic trying to play a nice ball down the sideliners. Cunningham trying to find a cross. Cunningham now with the cross. That one gets blocked. And Weisbeck will play it back up to midfield. And Ryder will try again.
That was a great pass, and something that Canisius is going to have to deal with as they start to commit bodies forward. Passes like those that break through the back line are going to be really tough to defend.
Here's Giacono. That another shot on goal. Rossi's able to go up and make the grab. Giacono's got both of the goals for Ryder in this game, bidding for the hat trick. Both came earlier in their first half. And both teams will watch this ball roll beyond the sideline, and Rossi will scurry over there to make the goal kick. Paige Biscaglia will come back into the contest, and she will replace Shauna Lee. The Griffs got to find some way to score a goal, and they got to do it pretty soon if they're going to make a bid for a comeback. Rossi, low flying kick. Nice play by Linsmeyer to get some air under it and move it forward. Just playing the ball down the sideline.
We got you. What do you think? Here, we're about to show it. Yeah.
And beyond the sideline now, you see Bailey Fenwick Miller is ready to come back into the game. It looks like she's going to replace Alana Rossi in the next substitution. Linsmeyer goes down.
You see now Canisius really trying to pressure the ball, trying to create a turnover, a quick opportunity. That's something they're just going to have to take more risks now towards the end of this game to try to create more offense.
Pass intercepted by Dry. Dry's pass went off the body of the defender. Now Good tries to play it forward. That one off target, connected with one of the riders. And now Dry tries to get over to the sideline to play it in, but couldn't get there. Lipton plays it for the Bronx. The Griffs again trying to defend and prevent Ryder from setting up, because one more goal will without a doubt put this game away. Now moving forward, Santers tries to get a ball into the box but can't connect. Dry plays the ball along the sideline, getting up to Weisbeck. Weisbeck trying to find Biscaglia back into the game now. Played by a Ryder, and so it'll be Canisius' ball on the throw-in. And with that, we'll have the substitution, so there will be a goalie change. Alana Rossi will come out of the game, and Bailey Fenwick Miller will go in between the pipes for Canisius. Greta Dry also coming out of the game as well. And Shauna Adams comes back into the game in place of Emily Chakowski. Or excuse me, Shauna Adams comes into the game for the first time today.
And also now in goal for the Griffs.
Adams, one of the seniors on this team, is one of the leaders. Try to find something, because if Canisius doesn't score soon, they're not going to have anything at all to work with.
Yeah, they need to find a goal soon you know, once you can find that one goal, your confidence goes up and you start to believe maybe we can't complete this comeback. But when it's 2-0, you really haven't produced a lot of great offensive opportunities. That 2-0 comeback seems like just, you know, like it could be 5-0, you know, like it's just, it seems insurmountable. So, I mean, all it's going to take, it could take just a quick opportunity, a quick strike on the counter. But, you know, Canisius, the one thing that really hasn't improved this half is their passing. They've looked better defensively. They've created some more offensive opportunities, but their passing is what's really let them down. They're doing better getting out of their own half with their passing, but they still just haven't really been able to string together maybe even 5 passes to, you know, just to find a moment of quality in the box. And I think that's what's really holding them back in this game.
The Griffs trying to cross over midfield. Good, will have to go back to Kuda. Kuda gives it to Linsmeyer. Nice move to get around her defender. Now Linsmeyer looks to push forward. Going down the sideline to Bulio. Bulio getting ready to cross. Bulio working down the sideline and sets up looking for a corner kick. And the Griffs will have one, their 5th time on the corner today.
This is where they've looked most dangerous, so if there was ever a time to get that goal, this would be it. This would be a really opportune time, and if you did, you'd have enough time after to really push to knot the game up, so this is an important corner.
Maggie Canisius, the one to send it up for the Griffs. They're set up pretty straight on the goal. Low flying ball. Canisius is going to get it back and have another chance to do something with it. Canisius is going to put a high ball in the box this time. Griffs are going to go up for a loose ball in front and it comes outside. Gilchrist there, and she's going to have to put it back on quickly. The shot is right on goal, and the save made by Carbonell.
Just a little too much air under that shot, not driven just enough, but it was good to test the goalkeeper. We'll see the shot here. Just floats a little bit too much, but a good opportunity. Always a shot on goal is never a bad thing.
17 minutes remaining in the game. Canisius down 2-0. Michelle Yakino's got both of the goals for Ryder. Pascuez gets off the Pichinich. Gets it along, and Cunningham was trying to play it for Ryder. Is called offsides.
And she's about a step off. It was pretty close, but I don't think she was expecting a pass to come. It was more off of a 50-50 ball getting nicked her way.
Fenwick Miller puts the ball down the left sideline. And Shauna Lee trying to work down the sideline, trying to find some space and trying to get to the ball, but couldn't get around the defender. Couldn't run right through her. It'll be a goal kick for Carbonell.
That's great defending. Just shield the ball, and you're allowed to use your shoulders there to maintain your space as long as you're not moving side to side or throwing an elbow. So that was just a solid, calm defending. And that's something we've seen a lot from Ryder. When the ball is in the final third, they've looked very calm. They've looked composed getting the ball out. They haven't had too many times where they've had to scramble the ball out of the box.
Yakino tries to drop one off for Cunningham. Cunningham settles it, but couldn't get the shot off. Canisius comes in at the last second to defend, and it will be another corner kick for the Bronx. Canisius thought that Cunningham touched it at one last time, but not the case, so Ryder will keep possession deep inside, and Fenwick Miller will get her first test off of a corner kick.
That was good defending from Canisius there. That was an awesome pass, and you saw Cunningham just wanted to cut that back inside, try to bend it around the keeper, but she just, Canisius made a really nice play to stay with it, knock it out of play.
The officials will stop the clock, and appears the Ryder athletic training staff will come out as one of the Bronx. Can't see who it is. It appears to be Cunningham. And tweaked her right leg. It appears to be limping a little bit. And she'll be coming out of the game, and going to be a substitution in for her.
Yeah, it looked like after the defensive play Canisius made, she came up shaking her foot a little bit. She might have got stepped on. She might have rolled her ankle trying to cut back there.
So it appears to be Bethany Feinstein, the one to replace her. And she's going to get the ball right off the corner. Feinstein gets it back to Yakino, who crosses it up but doesn't find a target. And it will roll right to the far sideline, and it'll be Canisius' ball. Quick pass along the sideline. That one cut off by Ryder. Just under 15 minutes remaining now.
Yeah, now under 15 minutes. You're going to see Ryder's going to be really happy to just kick the ball upfield. Not really want to possess it too much. Even if they do, they're not really going to look to go at the goal. They might look to just hold it in the corners, try to waste as much time as possible, but they're definitely not going to commit too many people forward. They don't want to create an odd man opportunity on the counter. And if they can just hold the ball like this for the rest of the half, they'd be very happy.
Kelly's unable to get to the pass. Wiseback does. Now Biscaglia. Biscaglia pressing forward. Canisius trying to work on the counter, trying to get up to Lee, but nothing there. Now Linsmeyer has it. Linsmeyer with a little bit of room. Trying to get around the defender. Tries to poke it through one more time, but couldn't get it. And it will go right back to the keeper, Carbonell. And along the sideline, the ball will roll, and it will be Canisius' ball going the other way. One more shot on goal for Yakino, right to Fenwick Miller, who makes the save.
It's a good save from Fenwick Miller. That was a well-driven shot from Yakino. That's her real first opportunity since the first half. It definitely wasn't an easy save. You can see it dipping there a little bit towards the end. It's a good shot on goal and a nice save from Fenwick Miller.
The Bronx going to make some more substitutions. Caitlin Siciliano is going to come into the contest now. And she will replace Ashlyn Johnson. Should the results hold for Carbonell, it'll be her fifth shutout of the season. Last time she had one was September 20th against St. Peter's. The goalkeeper out of Valencia, Spain. Freshman year off to a strong start. Shauna Lee now with the ball for Canisius. Lee setting one up at the top of the box, trying to connect with Shauna Adams, but cannot find the intended target. Chkowski takes it back off to Linsmeyer. Linsmeyer off to Wiseback, who tried to get it away over to Adams, but could not connect on it. And it'll be a Ryder ball. Yakino still with it. Yakino is trying to turn the corner, drawing for a foul, but could not get a call. Good getting it up to Biscaglia. Her pass going to an open space, trying to get it over to Shauna Adams, who will play it back to Gilchrist. Kuda trying to play the ball in the air, trying to get it up to Adams. Adams able to settle it down in the corner and kicked out of bounds by Ryder, and it'll be a Canisius throw-in. A handful of substitutions coming into the game. Canisius has 2. Looks like it'll be Greta Dry coming back into the game for Canisius. Shauna Adams and Paige Biscaglia will be going to the bench. And the other sub for Canisius, it'll be Emily Porteous making her first appearance into the game.
For Ryder, substitution number 22, Madeline Taryn.
Taryn back into the game now for Ryder. As Pasquez will take a seat on the bench. Wisebeck tried to steal away for Canisius, but now Ryder pressing forward to Santers. Santers, she's got some space to work with, and press it forward to Yakino. Yakino trying to drop one off, and Ryder trying to bid for another opportunity to goal here. Crossing one forward and kicked out of bounds by Gilchrist. Another corner kick for the Bronx. That'll be the 5th of the game for them. Each team with 5 corner kicks in the game.
And they could put the game away here. Canisius has had troubles marking on corners. All it would take, we saw that, maybe their last one wasn't the best, but they had a couple where they put it really just right in the 6-yard box. It created a lot of problems for Canisius. So If they could find one here, that could pretty much end the game.
Off the corner, quick header off of a Canisius defender. And Ryder will reset up top. Kelly trying to play a high ball in. Gilchrist is there to deny. And now Canisius trying to push Ryder farther back out and try and get something going on a counter. And now we have under 10 minutes remaining.
You see Ryder really not trying to do too much going forward. They're just happy to hold the ball.
Nice ball down the sideline. Lee's going to chase it and try and get towards the goal. Lee backtracking, crossing it in front, trying to get it to drive. She shoots off the crossbar, but she was offsides anyway.
That is the type of day it has been for Canisius. That's the best passing play they've had all game. Greta Dry finally looks like she's got in, but she's offsides. And even if she was onsides, she knocks it off the crossbar. Just so far a day to forget, a game to forget for the Canisius offense.
And a foul against Ryder at against Canisius rather at midfield. 9 minutes remaining now in the contest.
You see Ryder really taking their time now. They're in no hurry to take this kick.
Todd Clark beside himself on the sideline, talking to his bench, trying to figure something out, because really in this game not a whole lot has gone the way of the Griffs.
Now, if there's anything to be happy with, the defense looked better. The back line looked better in the second half. They created a couple more offensive opportunities, which really isn't saying much compared to the first half, but I think the biggest thing, again, that's really held them back in this game has been their passing. They just have not been able to string passes together and create anything in the opponent's half.
So now Canisius again making a couple more substitutions into the game. Hannah Kim coming in. Greta Dry will go to the bench. And along Amanda Weisbeck as well, going back to the bench as well. Good, trying to put a shot on that one. She didn't get all of it. Madeline Bulio back into the contest now for Canisius as well. Pass goes to Linsmeyer. Now back to Chakowski, who sets it back up top to Good. Back to Linsmeyer. Linsmeyer tries to play a ball to the corner. Get it in the header for Kim. Or excuse me, that was not Kim. That Shauna Lee looked like.
Yeah,
Emily Porteous was in fact.
That was a tough ask for her to put that on goal, and it looks like she did everything she could to reach that ball. Maybe she could have put it back in across the box, but it's definitely a tough play.
7 minutes remaining in the contest. As should the result hold, Canisius will drop to 7-6-1 on the season in the conference, fall to a 2-4-1 record on the year. The Bronx, they'll get back to a 3-8-2 mark overall, and getting on the winning side of things in MAC play at a 3-2-2 mark. As I mentioned, everyone this year is able to make the conference tournament. So it's just a matter of who's playing well at the end of the year. That might make some noise, but every team in the MAC will go down to Florida to play in the conference tournament and have a shot at the MAC title. Canisius advancing inside the Ryder half. Pass intercepted by Kim, and it'll be beyond the sideline far inside the Ryder half. Pass intercepted, and Linsmeyer is able to get her foot on it, move it up to Good. Long ball will go up, and it'll go right to the keeper. Carbonell will hold on to it. 5.5 minutes remaining.
Carbonell's had a solid game, and you can really see, and we said before the game that the Bronx back line's been playing better as of late. And we also mentioned that in the last 7 games, Carbonell's really been playing well, and you can really see why. They don't allow a lot of opportunities. They don't get flustered very easily. They're very composed in the back line. They haven't allowed really any true opportunities. The 2 real opportunities Canisius has had were from long shots that Carbonell's made saves on. So this is definitely a game to build on for Ryder. Everything's really went well. Their offenses look good, and their defenses continue to play well.
So Melanie Lindsmeyer out of the game and bring Weisbeck back in.
Canisius substitution in the game, number 6, Amanda Wisbeck, replacing 12, Melanie Lindsmeyer.
Off of a quick header, trying to get it up to Bulio. The pass doesn't connect. Kuda unable to keep the ball in play. Under 5 minutes remaining, Bronx on top 2-0, and as they are just about on their way to cruise to their 3rd win of the year.
Yeah, they're in no hurry now. They're very happy to possess the ball. Not really looking to try to get any chances. They just want to see this game out.
And that ball will roll right to the sideline and kept in. Canisius is able to keep the ball in play, and now Weisbeck pushes forward. Weisbeck's got to step on it, trying to get towards the goal. Trying to get up to Lee. Weisbeck still with it. Weisbeck trying to get it out in front, trying to get it to Canisius, but she couldn't get there. Ball inside the box and gets back out. Emily Kuda waiting for it and trying to tee it up. They'll put it right back towards the box. Off a quick deflection and towards the sideline and out of bounds. However, the Griffs are called offsides.
Yeah, it was a tough collision there.
Let's see. Carbonell has gone down on the sideline, favoring that right leg, it looks like.
Yeah, she might have caught an elbow in the thigh. A little bit of a Charlie horse. That was a good opportunity. You see it was knocked on.
And a little
maybe
knee to
caught
the,
a knee. Yeah, that hurts. But that was a good opportunity. If she was on sides, that would have been a great opportunity. You see they're doing whatever they can now, just throwing their body at the ball, hoping for the best.
It looks like Carmen Carbonell will be all right. Just stretch that leg out. And a low flying kick. Griff's trying to chase it down at midfield, but like you mentioned, Kenyo, Ryder just going to play a little keep away essentially for the next 3.5 minutes.
For sure. You can see that maybe they'll try to look to hold the ball in the corners, but they're not going to push anybody forward. They don't want to create any odd man opportunities on a counter. They don't want to open themselves up to any chances that they don't need to.
And that one will be a foul against Canisius. The left-footed kick is headed out of bounds by Canisius, and it'll still be a Ryder ball. We'll stop the clock one more time to get another substitution into the game. And coming in for Ryder, Nora Trapp, sophomore out of Germany. And Bethany Feinstein will go back to the Ryder bench. Canisius trying to play it forward, but the Ryder back line is there. Ball played forward and towards the sideline. Good trying to get it out, but is out of bounds, and Ryder will take over. 2 minutes remaining in the contest. The Bronx on the way to get their 3rd win of the season. With that, they'll have a winning record in the Metro Atlantic Conference at 3-2-2. Ryder picked up those 2 ties in their 2 previous games, each by a score of 1-1 to Niagara and Quinnipiac. More substitutions for Canisius. Savannah Jonathan into the game now for Bulio.
This is going to be a disappointing loss for Canisius if the results hold. You know, they had been playing well of late. Their offense had been playing a little bit better, and today's a big step back. Offense just wasn't there. And you wouldn't expect that their defense would have been the true weakness, but the mistakes they made in the first half have really come to cost them. Because they played better in the second half here. They just could not get it sorted out quick enough.
Lexi Henderson as well in the game as she replaces Weisbeck. Carbonell's kick will go over midfield. And it'll go out of bounds right at the Rider bench. Kuda there for the throw-in. They approach the 1 minute remaining mark in the contest as one of the Bronxer comes up on top of the ball. Didn't catch what the number was on it.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to trip on the ball sometimes.
That ball will roll right back to Fenwick Miller, who will punt it high back up in the air. For Canisius, they will go to Manhattan to take on the Jaspers on October 11th and then come back home to the Dembski Sports Complex to play host to St. Peter's. A couple more MAC contests. They try to get back on the winning side of things. For Rider, they will host Iona. It will be senior day in Lawrenceville, New Jersey, and they will host Siena. Following that, on October 18th, as they will now improve to a 3-2-2 mark in the conference as they pick up this one by a score of 2-0.
Yes, it ended up being a pretty easy win here for Rider. After they got their goals in the first half, they were really able to sit back in the second half, let their defense see out that game. In the last 15 minutes, Canisius never really looked like they were going to get back into this one.
Michelle Yakino picked up both the goals for the Rider Bronx, and Cameron Carbonell gets her 5th shutout of the season. Made a pair of saves in it, one of which was really a beauty that had Canisius been able to park that one in the back of the net, they might have found themselves in a much different composed game and get themselves a bit of momentum. But Todd Clark cannot be too thrilled about how this game went for Canisius. You see him in the handshake line there. Pulled all of the starters at the end of the first half, and the team was never really able to rebound from going down 2-0. Michelle Yakino now with 6 goals on the season, a total of 18 points, and helps her team get the 2-0 victory over the Griffs. And that'll do it for us here at the Dembski Sports Complex today. So for Canio Marasco, I'm Andy Hellwig saying so long from the Dembski Sports Complex, where the final score is Rider 2, Canisius 0. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live on the ESPN app, or to watch this entire game on replay as well as other games on our family of ESPN networks, log on to watchespn.com or download the Watch ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.